Hi, this is Kim Coleman, and I'm going to be sharing with you social constructivism. And this was a theory that was primarily brought forth by Vygotsky. Here's a list of some of Vygotsky's seminal works. You'll notice that the publication dates for these are much later than Vygotsky's death date, and I'm going to be addressing that just a little bit later in the presentation. So, what is social constructivism? Basically, this is a theory that believes that children cannot develop without the interaction of others. So all their social interactions actually helps them to develop as individuals and to also develop their education. So Vygotsky, he actually wrote 180 works over the course of 10 years. If you notice too on his death date on that first slide, he died relatively young. Um, However, under Stalin, his work was banned for 20 years and it was not allowed to be published. His work finally took off in the United States and was read quite a bit in the 70s. So here are some of the main statutes that Vygotsky really felt were important. The first he talked about was signal systems. And basically, this is just kind of what it says. It's the language, it's the counting systems that children learn and develop. And any kind of effective learning relies on that mastery. So this kind of equates to us when we're teaching kids, letters and sounds, and then how do we put those together with words? All of those things come from Vygotsky's theory on signal systems. He also believed that these signal systems were taught best by somebody that the child is with a lot. The next one is zone of proximal development. And we've heard this word before. It basically means that this is the difficulty level that is optimal for a child, that it's not too hard, but it's not too easy. So if a child can independently complete something, it's not their zone of proximal development. Also, asking a student to do something in their zone of proximal development independently will likely end up frustrating the student. The last thing that he really believed in was scaffolding. Again, something that we've heard a lot as well. Basically, this is the assistance that students get and in order to become successful. And that could be anything from reminders, even encouragement, breaking down steps, giving examples. All those things that will allow the student to become an independent learner are things that scaffolding provides. Basically, what Vygotsky believed was that most of the learning that a child has is in response to some kind of social interaction. Children need to have higher order thinking in a social setting before they can use it on their own, and that certain skills need to be developed before others can begin to develop. And this is something that we see in the schools a lot of. I feel like a lot of our 21st century learning that is going on right now is really wrapped in this theory that Vygotsky had, and that we need to make sure that our students are working with peers and learning how to become learners with their peers. And then being able to, once they can learn that with a teacher, a parent, whoever it is that they're around, they can then go on to learn that independently. So I hope this has been helpful, and now you know a little bit more about social constructivism.